Hi class, this is JilMac, and today I'm going to be talking about using the CCV, or it's really the VSC I think, but the CCV Hartness Library. So students know if they have any questions, they can always give me a call or send me an email, or we can Skype or Google Hangout or Zoom, whatever works for you. So first I want to go to workshops and classes, and we're just going to go to the assignments for a class that I'm doing. This could be in many different classes, but I use all the online resources that I can. Now I'll be showing you some tricks and tips about how you can capture things if you don't have good internet access. But for right now, I'm going to go down, and we're doing XML files. So W3 Schools is great, but there's a limit to what they can show you, and you really need to have more robust examples. And for creating XML files and doing things in PHP, my favorite author is Larry Ullman. And Larry Ullman, I've met him in person. We had lunch together at a PHP seminar user group in Boston, and he is just nice. And I've used his books for years and years and years. And he just has such great examples. You know, there's other PHP books which might be more technical, but they just have this little snippet. They don't like build and build and build so that you have something nice and robust. So that's why I love using Larry Ullman books. But I don't want you to have to go out and buy them. And now we have access to all the O'Reilly books in our Hartness Library. So I'm going to bring you through and show you how to find this PHP 5 Advanced by Larry Ullman. So let's go out to CCV. So here we are at CCV, and when we log in, we log into the portal. So you log in with your official CCV login and super secret password, and it brings you to the portal page. So the portal page has links. So we have faculty resources, and we also have student resources. So you might not see the faculty resources, but I can see them both. And when we look at the student resources, we can go right here to the Hartness Library. And I also have an embedded librarian, Michael, who's going to be helping us because we're going to be looking at a lot of different books. And I want to get you used to kind of virtually being able to go into a bookstore and just open up books and look and see, is that the kind of book you like? And you can do it all online 24 hours a day. Although sometimes at like 3 in the morning, CCV doesn't have everything open. But if you grab a link to the Hartness Library and places you want to get to, I think it sidesteps that a little bit. So here we are in the Hartness Library. That was it, one click. And what we're going to do is we're going to search. We're going to search for PHP, and this book happens to be PHP 5 Advanced, because it has more robust examples in the Advanced. And this is by Larry Ullman. And I'm just going to search for it. Now this is showing me all books, all ebooks, all encyclopedias. I believe that I can also click ebooks, but you can just do all because really that's all the library has. So here we are again in the Hartness Library. We've got our initial search up here. If we had, you know, thousands of Larry Ullman books, then you could get a more refined more refined search. But for our purposes, I just want to go down to this PHP Advanced. So when we go to this PHP Advanced, we're just going to click View Full Text. And this actually is for CCV or VTC. I guess we're the two schools that have it, but I would think everybody would want it. I mean, this is such a luxury to have every single book in the O'Reilly Library at your fingertips. You don't even have to go out to Amazon.com and look through theirs. You don't have to go to the bookstore and kind of get your coffee and go to a corner. You can have your coffee in your house or any place that's convenient. You can do this on your phone, or you can do it on a computer or a tablet. So here's the book, and it's going to let you kind of look through. We can scroll through, and we have access to the whole book. We could search on things within the book, but I know that what we're looking for is chapter 14, and it's all the way at the end of an advanced book, but by now the examples are robust enough that it's something that you could pop into your final project if you wanted to do something with an XML file. But there's tons of other good things to do. So here we are we go up here, we're in chapter 14. Let me just kind of go up a little bit more. Find out what page we're on. But I don't know why it went to the end of 14. Probably I was talking and not paying attention. Maybe I clicked the one below it. I could always go back, I believe, if I said, oh, I don't know what page I'm on, and click on this XML. And PHP. And see how it popped there? I'm not sure why it popped there. I saw it go up to the very top of chapter 14, but sometimes it does that. So I'll just scroll up. Sorry if I'm making you a little seasick here, but you can see it is the entire book. Okay, 14.3. Oh, I guess I just had to scroll to the top. So here we are, XML and PHP. What is it? It gives you a little bit more robust. But the big thing is that it's giving you very good examples. And all this code is also available. So everything that Larry Ullman does, you don't have to retype it. You actually can download the files. So I just wanted you to kind of see that you can grab all of this. Now suppose you're going to be on the road and you don't know what your internet connection is going to be like. You can also add it to a playlist if you want, or you can go up and you can save it. Where is it that I save it? It's actually called printing. So I could print this, and I'm just doing this print in my browser. So my browser is the one that's allowing me to print this, and it's allowing me to print it and save it as a PDF. It's not going to physically print it out, although you could print out your PDF. It's going to do all the pages. It's going to do portrait pages, and I upped this to 200 so that this was a custom scale that I wanted to enlarge it 200 so that when I'm over here looking at the book itself, that I can read that size. I can't go up any bigger than 200. I can go down a lot smaller, but then it's too hard to really read. I like to have it as big as you can for my eyes. And so I'm just going to save this as a PDF. Once again, look at all the different ways that you could save it, but you could save it, you could send it to a printer, you could save it as a PDF, you could save it to Google Drive, you could also save it in OneNote or all of these different printers. But for us, it's just easier to save it as a PDF. I'm going to put it where I put the rest of my stuff, my CCV things in my CCV class. This happens to be for assignment 5. So this is the name of it down here, for chapter 14, PHP, and we just hit save. And then when you want to go to that location and read it at a different time, I don't think they'll let you do it for the whole book, but Now if I want to go there, let's see. Let's go to my File Explorer. It's bringing it up. I guess I had it busy. Here's my File Explorer. I'm going to go out to that page. CCV, Advanced Web Dev, Assignment 5. And I'm looking for a PDF. So I'm looking for a PDF file, XML, text. Oh, I think I put it in this one. And I'm looking for a PDF, XML, PHP. Where did I save it to? Probably it's saved in my documents, but that's not where I wanted to save it. I wanted to save it here. So if I sort it by type, Adobe Acrobat, here it is, right there. So now if I double click this and I have Adobe Acrobat loaded, I can just read this from my computer. And you can see that you are reading this here. You could print out what you wanted. You can cut and paste a little bit, you know, to put it in a file if you're keeping notes or something. But you have the whole chapter right here. So here's the chapter. Great, we downloaded that. But I also want to, and I'm going to go back to my assignments page. So now that I have this from the Hartness Library, that's how I got it, I want to look at the files themselves. And from there we go out to Larry Ullman's site. So here I'm going to open Larry Ullman's site, and here we have PHP Advanced, and I can look at the table of contents. And I can, you know, so you can see some stuff from his book, but not everything. If I want to click the downloads, I can click the downloads and get all of his scripts, because, and it doesn't take anything at all. You just download his scripts, and then it downloads really quick, and you open it up, and you're going to open this scripts page up. Here's all the different chapters. I just want to go into chapter 14 and grab these files so that now I can have copies of those files that I can use, and I don't have, you know, these are my before examples. So here's my before examples, just like I had before examples from W3 schools. And I want to kind of look and see how did they look. So I want to go back to my class. I'm going to go back to the class in the assignments. Sorry, I lost that page. Back to assignment 5. And in assignment 5, here in 5, if I want to look at this is how those different files look. So here is how this XML file looks. I click the back button, and so I'm looking at it with my examples. So if you want to look at it, you know, how does it look as a student would have it, we can go to the student page and we can pull up my kind of interface, you know, my index page, and we can go to assignment 5 and we can look at the code here. Here's a regular before and after just from W3 school examples, but here's some of the debugging things that you can do to find out, does a file exist? Because if you're reading from an XML file, is the file out there? Is it named the correct thing? So you can look through all of these examples that I have for the intermediate and also the advanced. Now, even if you're not wanting to do before and afters for the intermediate and advanced, I would like you to look through it, because further along we are going to be having an exercise where we kind of combine a form and then combine all of the reading and writing to files. Because a form is great, but if you can't store the data somewhere, then it's just, it's like a web dev class. Oh boy, I made a form and maybe it'll email it to me. Or, you just see it displayed on the screen, but there's no way to store that information. And that's what Larry's getting with all of his. So I hope that you enjoyed being able to go out to the Hartness Library and really find any book that you want. And now that we have the ability to have all the W3 schools, not all the W3 schools, sorry, all the O'Reilly series, it makes it pretty nice. So if you have any questions, give me a call.